Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are back, and I've got a video for you in which I've got some Alliance mission fights. Now, this one's a little bit special because it's kind of, I guess, hot off the press, so to speak. This past week, my Alliance ran the highest difficulty that was raised by Kabam last week. So, if you may not have known, the highest difficulty level previously, like beyond last week, was 120. Kabam raised it again to 140 because the top four alliances, namely being Cold A, Omega, some Chinese alliance, and Kaon, have been able to do, difficulty 120. It's been conquered and whatnot. And this week, as I said before, 140 got released, and the top three, being Kaon, Omega, and the Chinese Alliance, have tackled 140, and I've got some videos for you. Now, 120 itself is pretty hard, not going to lie. And 140 is it's pretty damn hard. If you're familiar with the lanes that you're doing, like you have a lot of experience in a particular lane or how certain matchups work, it's just like you should be okay in a sense. Basically, the biggest difference for 140 and 120 is essentially how long can you persevere without getting hit, if that makes any sense. Essentially, the fights are longer, and the room for error is extremely minimal because one or two combos can kill you. Most of the times, it's just one combo, and if you take one hit from the enemy, that's like essentially what, 6,000 damage. Just for like a light attack from the enemy bot, it's 6,000 damage. It's pretty crazy. And like I said, there's no room for error. It's just a matter of how long you're able to not get hit. You have to be a ninja. Really, you have to be a ninja. And you have to have the drive to just, see through the fight. And if you mess up, as demoralizing as it may be, you still have to get back in there and duke it out with, whatever potions or revives that you may or may not even have, you know. Um, but yeah, 140 is not a joke for sure, and you definitely need to have the right bots, and that honestly includes Megatronus. Megatronus is, I've always said this before, it's such an overpowered bot. Even after the nerf that he received, he's still like the best bot in the game. And you need to have a solid team of healers and bots that are able to counter specific lanes and come out alive. So, for example, if you have a lot of difficulty with Mortar Master, Cyclonus is honestly the best pick because he just neutralizes him completely, and it's hilarious actually. Um, yeah, so Megatronus, I would add Shockwave, Jetfire actually. Jetfire is an amazing pick on this map. Jetfire, OG Megatron is a wonderful pick. Drift for those evade lanes. I'm probably missing a bunch more, but those are the ones. Those are the bots at the top of my head that I feel are a must. Oh yeah, Prowl. Prowl is a great pick as always. His utility cannot be overlooked. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So on this map, just a little disclaimer. I couldn't record that many fights, mainly because of how long the fights are, and for me, I needed my utmost concentration when I was doing or having my phone get a little too warm or too hot. But yeah, so I just have like maybe 4 fights. And in this video, I have gameplay in which I succeed and gameplay in which I completely fail, And I think that just goes to show that, I'm not just putting out my best fights, because there are definitely fights in which I fuck up. Okay, sorry for the language, but that's the honest truth. And yeah, so the paths that I do is 1.3 in the first section and 2.4 in the second section, and on the third section, which I don't have gameplay of, I'm essentially just like the backup, or if anybody needs help, I jump in and help them out. So yeah, here we go. So the first fight is with Prowl, and let me just get this damn thing started. Sorry. Yeah, so the first fight is with Prowl, and I have Drift. Drift is one of the best bots in this game, man. Honestly, his bleeds are insane, as you've seen in my previous videos. The thing that's tricky about this particular lane is the reflect range. So any basic attack, if the opponent blocks it, it reflects back into me. And as you saw right there, it's a huge pain in the ass. And because like range attacks are an integral part of this game, so having one component taken away from you just makes things that much harder. And of course, Prowl being Prowl, there are times where he builds up to special attack 2, and you have to be able to dodge it, like right there. I did it twice now, which was amazing. And yeah, so but like the thing about Prowl is that you can't use a range attacks to interrupt his I guess melee power up or his power up, and the AI has to be aggressive, and there are times where he's just not aggressive at all. But the best thing that you can do is just try to bait out his special one, like I did there. And for Prowl, he's usually on point with using his special one. You just have to try your best to bait it out, and after that, the fight just goes on from there. Nothing else you can do from that. You just have to make sure you avoid Prowl reaching special 2. The next fight is OGM, Megatron versus Grimlock. Now here's the thing about OGM. The reason why I think he's a great pick on this map is that if you have him, like aside from being a very powerful bot, he's great at stealing buffs once you fuse the armor debuffs or any other debuffs on the opponent, any opponent on 1.3. So when you steal a debuff, when you steal reflect range on Grimlock, he takes that away permanently, and that is fantastic. I'm about to do it very soon. Yeah, there we go. I took it away, and now he no longer has that pesky mod. And the thing you want to do with OG Optimus Prime, OG Megatron, is try to bait out Grimlock into using his special one over and over again. If you're good at dodging his special 2, more power to you. In this game, you see a little mishap from me, and it just goes to show just how ridiculously powerful these bots are at this level. But yeah, the fight is pretty straightforward. What I'm trying to do in this fight is I'm just trying to make sure that Grimlock, I'm just trying to make sure the fight takes place in the center of the map, and if he, tries to push me into a corner, I try to move to the sides in a way where I'm able to, again, reset it and recenter the fight, if that makes any sense. And as you can see here, Grimlock has a special 2, so I'm mentally getting ready for it. And for whatever reason, it didn't just dodge. It just blocked that hit, and I took so much damage. I took like 75% damage just from blocking that special 2. And yeah, one hit I did, so I was pretty proud of that. But anyway, next fight is with Cheetor, I use Drift here. And Cheetor has always been a pain in the ass for, I guess, a lot of players. Because of the way he moves, his evade dash is probably the most infuriating thing, in my honest opinion. And of course, his when you're dealing with his feral, well, like his signature ability that gives him like 25% evade, he's tricky to fight. Even Drift with his anti-evade sort of abilities can't fully, stop him from evading. So what you need to do is you have to be a ninja, as as silly as that may sound. Like I don't know, he's just a tough cat to deal with. And yeah, I think you're about to see the power of. Oh my God, that was ridiculous. Yeah, Cheetor is just like a really sneaky cat, and he just comes and just gets you. There's nothing you can do. He's just so annoying to deal with. I hate him so much. And yeah, so the next fight is actually Shockwave versus RC on 2.4. And yeah, the RC, like 2.4 in general, is just a pain, an absolute pain, because Shockwave is not the best pick against RC, mainly because he's so range heavy or range reliant, and RC has the ability to evade range shots naturally. So there are times where she evades you, and then immediately starts to like counterattacking you, and you're screwed. The best thing you can do with Shockwave is try to block as many range shots from RC as you can, and hopefully just pray that your shots will land on her, and it'll keep her from from power gaining. Because that mod is also really really annoying, because you have to have a melee hit on her in order to stop her from naturally power gaining. If not, she'll just continuously power gains, and she'll reach special 3, and you're done from there. But yeah, in this fight, I ultimately lose, but it really showcases just how long these fights can go on. Like in difficulty 140, RC would easily be down to like 30% by this point, 30 or 40%, but she's at 66, and again, just like one slip up just costs me my whole game. You can try to play the game as perfect as you can, but the chances are, um, you know, this difficulty is unforgiving. Yeah. So as you saw right there, RC has very light attacks, so that half that half of a combo didn't finish me up, but it brought me down to like 34%. And yeah, one slip up and you're dead. I attacked too soon. But that's all the fights that I have, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll try to post more Alliance mission content. I think those are really fun to do. It allows me to also reflect back on what I did wrong, and for you guys to watch what high difficulty content is really like. But again, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, and have a great day.